Chapter title: Whispers of the Flood. Genre: Drama, Slice of Life, Adventure. Episode 1: The Water's Edge. Scene 1: The calm before the storm. Opening shot of a peaceful village nestled by a river. The sun is setting, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange. A small, cozy house stands on the banks of the river. Inside, a young girl, Sora, about 12 years old, sits at the kitchen table, holding a weathered photo of her family. Her mother hums softly in the background while preparing dinner. Sora, softly, almost to herself. I wish I could go outside and play with my friends, but Mama says it's better to stay inside tonight. Mother. Don't worry, sweetie. We'll be okay. The river's calm right now, but we should always be careful. Suddenly, a loud rumble shakes the house. The window rattles. The calm is broken. Outside, dark clouds swirl above the river, and the wind picks up. Sora's mother glances toward the window. Mother. It's getting worse. I think we should move to higher ground. Get the emergency bag, Sora. Sora runs to grab a small bag while her mother hurries to secure the house. As she does, Sora's father rushes inside, his face grave. Father. The river's rising faster than we thought. We need to go. Now. Sora. Mom, Dad, I'll help. The family moves quickly, grabbing supplies and trying to stay calm. They all exit the house, heading to a small hill behind the village. But the water's already beginning to overtake the land. Scene 2: The Flood. The camera zooms out to reveal the river bursting its banks. Sora looks back at the house, but it's already too late. The floodwaters are rising rapidly. Sora. Frantic, calling out. Mom! Dad! Please, let's go! Sora's parents pull her away, but the current is stronger than they anticipated. The floodwaters overtake the village, and chaos ensues. A massive wave crashes down, separating the family. Father. Stay with your mother, Sora. Keep holding on. But the flood pulls them apart. The rushing water sweeps Sora away. She screams, but her voice is drowned out by the sound of the storm. The last thing she sees is her father reaching for her, his hand just out of reach as she's carried away by the current. Scene 3: Alone in the aftermath. The next morning. The storm has passed, but the damage is severe. The village is flooded, and everything is covered in water. Sora wakes up on a small piece of floating debris, her clothes drenched. She looks around, dazed and disoriented. The familiar landscape is unrecognizable. Sora. Whispering to herself. Mama, Papa, where are you? She stands up unsteadily, her legs weak. She can barely hold her balance as she struggles to move across the debris-strewn landscape. The silence around her is overwhelming. She looks at the floodwaters surrounding her. In the distance, she spots a faint glimmer of something on a high hill, a potential safe spot. Sora. I have to find them. I have to. Sora begins her journey, struggling to wade through the floodwaters. Her face is a mixture of determination and fear. She stumbles occasionally, but she doesn't give up. Scene 4: A New Hope. After hours of traveling, Sora finds a small group of survivors gathered near a shelter on the hill. Among them is an older woman, a doctor named Hana, who is tending to the wounded. Sora approaches them hesitantly. Sora. Excuse me. Have you seen anyone from my village? My mom, my dad? Hana. gently, looking at her with compassion. We haven't seen anyone from your village, little one. But we're all in this together now. You can stay here with us, okay? Sora nods, feeling both comforted and heartbroken. The other survivors look at her with sadness in their eyes. Hana offers Sora a blanket and she sits down, clutching the photo of her family tightly. Sora. Softly, to herself. Don't worry, Mom and Dad. I'll find you. I'll keep going. The camera pulls back, showing the flooded landscape and the distant glimmer of hope on the horizon. Ending scene. Whispers of the flood. As night falls, the survivors settle into the shelter. Sora sits alone by a fire, staring at the flickering flames. Her resolve has hardened. In the distance, faint sounds of the river can still be heard. Sora holds her photo up to the firelight, whispering a promise. Sora. I'll find you, no matter how far I have to go. The screen fades to black as soft music plays in the background, ending with the title, Whispers of the Flood. End of Episode 1. This script introduces Sora's journey through loss, survival, and hope, setting up an emotional, character-driven story. The flood serves as both a literal and metaphorical force, pushing Sora into a world where she must fight for survival while holding on to the hope of being reunited with her family.